Over the last year or so, people have been having to get used to working from home and communicating with their colleagues via video conferencing software. We've all had to adapt to use these different platforms, so let's have a little look and see what platforms are out there, what features they all offer, and maybe find one that suits you best. First up, Microsoft Teams. Aptly named. It's designed to have lots of separate channels for different parts of your organisation, different teams. As it's a Microsoft product, it's obviously integrated really well with Office and Outlook and everything like that, so that just helps if you're already on a Microsoft platform, keeping that smooth running order. By having these separated teams, it lets you chat just to certain groups of people, so if you need to just check on what one part of your business is doing, you can very easily go into their channel, pop a message, and it won't notify the entire company. Obviously that's really nice and it just minimises the amount of clutter going on. Pretty standard feature in these video conferencing things is the screen sharing, and of course Microsoft Teams has that included. You've also got, effectively similar to how on Facebook you have a Facebook wall where you have different posts, you have a very similar thing like that. So you can have chats, but then you can also just have these posts, so if you need to put something and have it front and center, people can check that every day when they start at work. So it's got great versatility, you've got a lot of options there, and it's built for professionalism. If you actually look at how the video conferencing system works, when you have users joining and leaving the call, the way that it sort of automatically structures the call to give you the best view of everyone is actually really nice. Just those little touches that make a big difference. So if you haven't heard the word Zoom in the last 14 months, I'm not sure where you've been. Zoom has been the go-to for these casual video calls from home as well as work. According to an article on backlinko.com, over 300 million people are using Zoom every day. Crazy. What a bad number that is. That's like 5 times the population of the UK. And some of you might not know, but it's actually been around for a while before the pandemic hit, so they've had a lot of time to develop and build on the base software. Its accessibility, the screen sharing options, but also how popular it is. Now don't underestimate the fact that if someone's used something before, it's going to make it so much easier to integrate into your business. So Zoom has been used by families throughout the world, and everyone will already have it downloaded. It's not something else they need to download and relearn, so it should be a quicker process to get everyone up to speed on it. Unlike some of the other options on this list, it is a video conferencing software. It's not trying to be anything else. Like Microsoft Teams has all this Office integration, separate channels. You don't get that with Zoom. It's a very simple, start the meeting, go, away we go. Some of you may have heard of Google Hangouts in the past. Well, we use Google Meet. Now Google Meet is simple, cheap, effective. It's basically another video conferencing software, very similar to Zoom. Unlike Zoom, however, it is free to use for unlimited time on the free platform, whereas with Zoom you have to pay for unlimited time for multiple users. Similar to Microsoft Teams being a Microsoft product, Google Meet, it's a Google product, so it works really well if you're using Google Drive already, Google Docs, Google Calendar, which a lot of people are using nowadays. It's that simple integration of keeping it within one company. Another benefit of that is as it syncs with your email and calendar, you're not going to miss meetings. You'll be notified out the wazoo. We do regularly use other forms of video conferencing, but I would say Google Meet is probably the one that we use most at Lang Media. Lots of you may have heard of Discord. Now, it's primarily used for gaming, but it has a lot of functions that can be really handy for work-related tasks. Like Teams, you've got separate channels, separate chats, so you can very easily message specific sets of people. You can even set roles on servers, so if you just want to notify a certain group of people, you can at them rather than atting the entire server and having everybody confused as to what's going on. As of all the other options, you've got video conferencing. With Discord, it's 720p on the free tier or 1080p if you get Discord Nitro. Another benefit of Discord, which, you know, some people might be missing now they're out of the office, is having effectively a radio. You can have user-created musical bots that you can add, and people can put together their own playlists and just have it in the background while you're chatting. Obviously that might not fit everyone's needs, but it's just another little feature that you got to consider that the others haven't got. Despite the rise of all this other social media, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook is the one with the most users. There's 2.6 billion users worldwide, an insane number. And a lot of these will only use the messaging system. I'm actually one of those. I barely touch Facebook's wall or anything like that. I'll just use it to communicate with friends. And the fact it's such a simple, everyone's got it. Again, it's that not having to familiarize yourself with a new program can sometimes be one of the best things. It just saves you time with people scuffing up, oh, how do I get this mic to work? Oh, it's the wrong camera. Like, you don't have any of that with Facebook because everybody has used it over the years. Another thing with Facebook is you've got a lot of companies on there. Most companies have a Facebook page. So even if you just message the company, it can quickly get you in contact with potential new clients and start to get that rapport going. That brings us to an end of this video conferencing video. If you think we've missed any, I know we've covered 5, but there's so many different options people have been using out there. But like I said, I think the most important thing when it comes to these video conferencing software is the familiarity. Now, Discord is used by millions of people. Personally, I would say that's one to really look into because I don't think a lot of businesses have actually considered it. But having those separate chat channels, the fact it's free, is a really nice option just to investigate. Like, you can start up a server free, just have a look at the options, see how it works, give it a go. Like we said, for video conferencing, the quickest and simplest is Google Meet. For us at least, we use Google Drive a lot and all of our Gmails and calendars are all synced across to it, so that's another benefit. So yeah, let us know what you use and why down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, we're doing weekly top 5s, tech tips and tutorials and that sort of thing. So check us out, subscribe below, and I'll see you in the next one.